one single offer. And me and her just looked at each other like, didn't even have to say a word, just and we knew what it meant. It's like this new age, this new batch of men just think they're baddies and can't get their hands calloused seeing two women literally who could have used some help.
What the fuck that got to do with me?
Hey, welcome back, Motivation Nation. It's your host, Air Gordon. Listen, this is a snippet of a much longer, larger conversation, but this portion was sent to us and asked us to review this and give our commentary. So let's jump right off into it. We're not going to waste any time.
Couple of whistles, couple of dams, but not one single offer. And me and her just looked at each other like, didn't even have to say a word, just and we knew what it meant. It's like this new age, this new batch of men just think they're baddies and can't get their hands calloused seeing two women literally who could have used some help. If you'd come along and said, "Sister, can I help you?" Oh, thank you, my knight in shining armor, please help me. I would have loved the help. Was none to be found. And this is what me and my sisters talk about. We will be shoveling our driveway, shoveling. I needed a man then. I needed his back, his shoulders, his pecs, his beer belly. I didn't give a shit. I needed a man then. I didn't have a man to do it, so I had to do the man's job. Or the job, whatever you want to call it. That was frustrating. Now, there's going to be a whole heap of guys in my comments talking about, well, see, that's with the single life, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? It's like you can't win for losing. So if my powers of discernment are showing me that...
Whoa, hang on a second. Let me stop. Your powers of discernment. Okay, so let's address this bit by bit because you said a whole lot right there. So you're saying you and your friend needed some assistance and you just assumed that a man should stop and help some complete strangers do a task. Well, has it ever dawned on you that you could have asked those men for help? No, you didn't think about that. It's, again, that's a selfish mentality. These men should see me in distress and they should automatically come and rescue me without even knowing me. And so now you're trying to say that, and it's funny that you're saying that, your discernment. And I guess that's going to lead to, because you're a discerning woman, you're not going to just put up with any man and you're not going to put up with anything. Now, let's take your scenario that you just gave right now about your discernment. At the particular point in time when you needed help, there was no discernment. Any man would do. Even a man with a beer belly would do. And that's generally a great analogy for how your life goes. See, you say that you're so discerning, but once your needs are not met, then any man will do. And that's how you always end up with these bad men in these bad situations. And not with Melissa Ford, but other women, baby fathers, because when there are a specific set of needs that they have to meet, then any man would do. Versus, why not set some realistic expectations of a man? Why not set some realistic expectations of a relationship? Why not be realistic in what it is that you're looking for, but yet and still, based on this scenario that you just gave, it shows that you're selfish. It shows that you aren't willing to compromise. You aren't willing to bend, even in a scenario where you actually need help. You won't humble yourself enough to ask the men that's passing by, "Hey, good sir, can you help us? We're not able to shovel this snow. We're not able to change this tire." But no, you want the man to look at you. And because these men won't stop what they're doing to help you, because they don't know you. They don't know you from a can of paint. They don't know if you're single. They don't know if you're married. They don't know what your situation is. It could be extremely dangerous for a man to walk up on a woman that he doesn't know, asking her, does she need help, not knowing her situation. So you could ask him for help, but I guess that would hurt your pride. And because these men aren't doing that, they now act like women and they think that they're baddies. No, they're just men minding their own freaking business. That's what they are. They're minding their business and not yours. And if you want help like this, then humble yourself to get a man. But until you humble yourself, no, you're not going to get a good man. No, you're not going to be in a good situation. And you're always going to be, just like this scenario, desperate for anything that comes by. You even said a man with a beer belly. Anybody, any man would do at that particular point. And that's always the position that you're going to play from with this mentality. I'm going to let this last 17 seconds go, and then we'll do our closing remarks. But this is a byproduct of the decisions that you're making, ma'am. Nobody else.
This man, he's not it, because he's showing me his maleness and not his manhood. This guy is showing me the same thing. I'm just not going to settle for a male when I require a man.
Yeah, that sounds good. But when you need help, you'll settle for anything. Again, this is the problem. You'll settle for anything in desperation. But why are you in desperation? Because you're putting yourself in desperate situation. So therefore, yeah, you're you keep giving us scenarios of all these bad men that are no good for you. That's because you're in a desperate state. That's because you're in a non-humble state. That's because you refuse to compromise. And so until you make a decision to change your attitude and change your approach, you're going to continue to get the same results. And these results come from a wanting to dictate, wanting to be in charge, and wanting someone to succumb to you versus wanting to work together. You just said a mouthful in a minute and 30 seconds as far as what you expect a man to do that doesn't even know you. You think a man wants to come shovel your driveway? He don't even want to shovel his driveway. Now, you think he wants to come and shovel a complete stranger's driveway? And for what? You didn't even say anything about offering the person any money or anything. Just come do it for me because I'm a woman. No, it don't work like that. Doesn't work like that, man. Does not work like that. And then you don't even want to. It would be one thing if you were asking different men and all of them continued to say no. If you were asking, hey, I'm a single lady. Can you help me? I need some help. And these guys were turning you down. You weren't even doing that. You just think because they see you two struggling that they're supposed to step in like a knight in shining armor. Ma'am, you better wake up from that dream that you in and step into reality. That ain't how it works. That ain't how this works at all. And I'm sure it's a lot of men who could say, well, how come? But anyway, I'm not going down that path. But that's not how this works, man. Wake up, get into reality. And at this juncture in life, you should know much better than this at this point. You can't still be stuck on this. And if you're stuck on this, it's understandable why you're still single to this day, because there still is no humbleness there. And I don't want to hear nothing about the discernment and this guy ain't good. Now you operating out of desperation. But anyway, I'm starting to repeat myself. I'm not going to keep this going. Look, y'all saw what I saw. You heard what I heard. Jump down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.